What's going on, boys? Welcome back to this channel. This is my main channel and this is where I just post about my life, vlogs, business, jiu-jitsu, whatever. This is my third jiu-jitsu comp as a white belt. My first comp I had 6 fights and 6 wins, and in my third comp I thought I had 10 fights, and on the day no one turned up and I only had 5. In my first comp I had 1 fight in the gi, so in the suit, and then 6 fights in no gi, so in like a rash vest where you're basically grappling. And I wasn't really prepared for much no gi. I'd only done gi up until a week before the tournament, so I went in totally unexperienced and not ready for any no-gi, and it was exhausting. But I managed to get quite a few W's, but no submissions. In my second comp, I had a lot more fights in the gi. I had like 4 fights in the gi, and I had worked a lot on my gi game, which meant that I did actually get a good couple of submissions. And then I had to fight one guy twice in no-gi in the rash vest, and I came out on top. But he was a big bloke, and it was a really difficult fight. But coming into this tournament, I hadn't trained as hard as I had in the previous ones. I knew my jiu-jitsu was better, so I knew I had the edge over my opponents. But my fitness, I think, was possibly slightly worse, but I don't know if it was slightly worse or if I was just 5 kilos heavier. Now, being 5 kilos heavier, I was still in the same weight bracket and the last times I competed at 99 kilos against people that are 103, 104, and this time I was 104, but I still managed to run a 23-minute 55 5k at 104 kilos, so it is still pretty fit. And yeah, I went in quite nervous because I felt under pressure, thinking I needed to perform. So this was my first match in the gi, and I was really concerned about how calm this guy looked. I pulled guard instantly because I haven't pulled guard in any other tournaments, and I just wanted to give it a go. Usually I waste so much energy standing up and fighting the guy, you know, pulling him about, and by the time we get to the ground, I'm exhausted. Or not exhausted, but just breathing, you know. Here, I'm conserving my energy. I'm putting all the pressure on him, and I'm just making him work. Bit of backstory to him. He's 40 years of age. He's a big guy. He's strong. He's fit, and he's done 20 years of Japanese jiu-jitsu, he told me afterwards. That was why he was so confident in fighting. So Japanese jiu-jitsu is all stand-up punching and judo, but it's kind of similar, but it's not much groundwork. So here, he's actually grabbing my collar, going for some sort of choke. Now, this was making me nervous because I didn't really see that, yeah, the cross collar there. This is making me nervous, but I don't think he can do much there because I'm in full guard. Now, the guy stood us up because we were stalling, and I decided to just go for it. We're 0-0, and I dropped to my ass and throw him over my head. Now, I should have put my feet on his hips there. Instead, I kind of inserted my 2 feet like butterfly hooks and flipped him over. But now I'm 2 points up, and there I've mounted. Now, he's bucking me off, and I actually thought I was fine here getting the points. I thought I definitely got the points here. So I just went for some sort of armbar. I hadn't actually got the points. Now, going for this armbar, I'm fully on my head here, but my mobility has improved so much since my last jiu-jitsu comp. I'm super comfortable here. I feel super fit, super strong, a little bit nervous, not gonna lie, but super good here to really, you know, tap him out. But I didn't manage to get his arm out, and I didn't manage to take his back. So we're back into guard, closed guard. The match ended with me 2-0 up after 5 minutes of fighting. Now, not a good performance, but on to the next one. I'd got my mojo, I'd sweated one out, and I was ready. Now, I'm going for grips on this guy. I'm pulling his right gi lapel open so I can get a really good grip with my other hand. He pulls guard, but he doesn't do a good job of it, and I instantly get into half guard, which is some of my best game. As you can see, I've got my right knee over his leg, so I'm almost past his guard, and I'm just working him really slowly, actually, not actually trying to do much. I'm just working on getting that leg out and mounting him like I did here. As I've mounted him, I've also got both of his hands above his head. Going for a little Americana there, not really a good position to do it in, doesn't matter. So I go switch to the armbar and get an armbar straight away. Tapped him out, 2 minutes, brilliant. And I haven't even broken a sweat. Then a 4-hour break, and I had to fight the first guy again, but this time in no-gi. Now, I instantly go for the bicep tie and the arm drag, actually, and almost get him. I'm pretty quick with that. It's the first time I've actually tried any real no-gi moves in a tournament, because usually I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm staying low here, and I am trying to get to his back. He goes across to throw me, but there's no way it's happening, and I instantly throw him back. I've got a decent judo background, so I'm good. Here, I actually messed up here. Not that this was very tight, but Nick was telling me stand up and then stand over his head. Straight away, done it, and I'm out straight back into side control. Brilliant work and great coaching from Nick. Now, I'm not tired here at all. You know, I'm just working this guy. I'm up on points heavily and back in close guard, really. He has to work here because he's below on points. I'm chilling, even though I want to tap him. Of course I want to tap him, you know, but I don't have much to worry about. Now, I am going for a Kimura here. As you can see, and I do actually get it in, but he puts his arm in between his legs. Makes it really hard for me to get Kimura. And here is where I should be sweeping him, but he felt too heavy. I should have released some of my Kimura grip and done a hip bump, basically held onto his arm and sat onto my hips, sat up onto his hips, sorry, and flipped him over. But there we go, another 5 minutes where I didn't tap him, but I did get the win, and I wasn't too knackered, so a great result. Fourth fight here, this guy's 18 years of age, and his arms are huge, and he's 105 kilo, but yeah, I just take his leg straight away, single leg, and then throw him. Now, I'm 2 points up here, and this guy's not getting up. I was considering going for like a front headlock and doing some sort of attack there, but the guy rolled over. So I go straight into side control, and we reset back to the middle. Now, I'm working his arm up. I've mounted him, and I'm waiting to go for the armbar here, but he sneaks his arm out. When I mounted him, I was trying to work both his arms up towards his head, and then that puts me in a good position to do some sort of attack. Like the armbar, got it off, great, second armbar of the day. This guy was, I think, Kurdistan, 22 years of age, 104 kilo, and these were actually fresh. They didn't do gi, they just did no gi, so he's pretty fresh. He's had one fight, I've had 4. Just going for grips here, kind of hand fighting, keeping his grips off, taking nice grips on him, you know, tying him up there. Look at me pulling his elbows in. I'm going to get that collar tie off and go for a leg. Now, I picked him up, went for a leg, single leg. He just goes straight down. These are white belts, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I feel like usually I would get more resistance there from taking a leg. Managed to mount him, and he's doing a good job trying to get on his side. But getting on his side gives me his arm, and that means that I can simply take an armbar, but I actually decided to thread my leg through and go for a triangle, and here it was really tight. I had it on, he was probably about to tap, but the match ended with me 13 points up to 2. Listen boys, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my 3rd jiu-jitsu match. I keep working at jiu-jitsu. It's something I really enjoy, and it's something that I just want to get better at because it's just such a great sport. Let me know in the comments how you think I did, and have a great day.